former member
known for her sassy and vivacious personality on The Golden Girls, started life in humble beginnings. Born in 1934 in Hildon, Oklahoma, she grew up in a simple home above her mom's beauty salon. Money wasn't plentiful, but love and laughter filled their lives. Rue was a popular girl, both with the boys and the girls, and her kind and sweet nature made her well-liked by everyone. She was also a bright student who excelled in school. But Rue wasn't just about academics. She had a passion for dance, and even owned her own dance studio by the time she was in high school. It was clear that she was destined for the spotlight. After college, Rue set her sights on the bright lights of New York City, determined to pursue her acting dreams. She spent years acting in small plays, barely making enough money to survive. It was a tough time, but Rue never gave up on her passion. During this time, she married her first husband, an actor named Tom Bish. They were excited to start a family, but when Rue got pregnant, Tom wasn't thrilled. He told her not to talk about the baby until it was born, but her big break came in 1970 when she landed the role of Caroline. After Another World, Rue joined the cast of the CBS soap opera Where the Heart Is, playing Margaret Jardine. This role further established her as a talented actress with a knack for bringing complex characters to life. Disappointment for Rue, but she wasn't one to let a setback slow her down. Rue later revealed that she had actually filmed a pilot episode for another Norman Lear show called The Baxters, but she didn't like it, so she told him she didn't want to be a part of the series. It's pretty cool that she had the guts to turn down a project, even from someone as important as Norman Lear. In 1983, Rue landed another exciting role, this time on the sitcom Mama's Family. She played Fran, a prim and proper journalist who was the complete opposite of her sister, the outspoken Mama Thelma Harper. It was a hilarious show, and it also featured another future Golden Girl, the one and only Betty White. Rue and Betty shared the screen for the first 2 seasons before the show was canceled by NBC. But don't worry, Mama's Family fans. The show was later picked up for syndication, meaning it aired on different TV channels, but Rue and Betty weren't a part of it anymore. It was a shame to see them go, but little did anyone know that an even bigger opportunity was waiting just around the corner for both of them: the Golden Girls era. In 1985, the creators of The Golden Girls, Susan Harris, Paul Younger-Witt, and Tony Thomas, were on the hunt for the perfect cast for their new sitcom. The show would follow 4 older women living together in Miami, navigating life's ups and downs with humor and heart. Finding the right actresses was crucial, as the chemistry between them would make or break the show. Rue McClanahan, known for her comedic talent, was initially considered for the role of Rose Nyland, the sweet and naive character. But after reading the script, Rue felt a stronger connection to the sassy and man-hungry Blanche Devereaux. It was a role that spoke to her own fiery personality and southern charm. There was a little hiccup, though. B. Arthur, who had worked with Rue on the show Maude, wasn't too keen on joining the cast because she didn't want to be typecast alongside her former co-star. But the producers convinced her to come on board, and she ended up playing the witty and sarcastic Dorothy Zbornak. During auditions, another interesting swap happened. Betty White, originally considered for Blanche, ended up switching roles with Rue. This turned out to be a genius move, as Betty's comedic timing and charm perfectly suited the role of Rose, while Rue was born to play the vivacious Blanche. Rue's audition for Blanche was unforgettable. She brought a unique energy and flair to the character, channeling her inner Southern belle with a flirty attitude and a twinkle in her eye. The producers were impressed, and Rue was offered the role that would define her career. Rue McClanahan's portrayal of Blanche Devereaux was nothing short of iconic. Blanche was confident, vain, and always on the hunt for romance. She loved to brag about her many suitors and past loves. But beneath that flashy exterior, Rue revealed a softer side of Blanche, showing her vulnerabilities and emotional depth. Critics and audiences adored Rue's performance. She brought a perfect balance of humor, sass, and southern charm to Blanche, making her one of the most beloved characters on TV. Whether delivering witty one-liners or handling more serious moments, Rue's talent shone through. Her incredible work on The Golden Girls didn't go unnoticed. In 1987, Rue won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, proving she was a comedic powerhouse. She also received multiple nominations for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, solidifying her status as a television legend. Later career. Rue McClanahan's talent wasn't confined to sitcoms. She tackled a wide range of roles throughout her career, showcasing her versatility and acting prowess. In a powerful 1970s film called Slight Drinking Problem, she played a supportive leader of Al-Anon, helping Patty Duke's character navigate her husband's alcoholism. But Rue's acting journey didn't stop there. She also graced the big screen in films like The Rotten Apple and Walk the Angry Beach, proving she could handle both comedic and dramatic roles with ease. She even had a memorable role in the hilarious comedy Out to Sea, sharing the screen with legends Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. On television, Rue continued to shine. She played Matilda Joslyn Gage, the mother-in-law of the famous author of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, L. Frank Baum, in the TV movie The Dreamer of Oz. She also made guest appearances on popular shows like Murder, She Wrote and Newhart, bringing her signature charm and wit to each role. In the early 1990s, Rue starred in a trilogy of heartwarming television movies, Children of the Bride, Baby of the Bride, and Mother of the Bride. These films explored the joys and challenges of family life, with Rue's relatable and heartfelt performances resonating with audiences. Rue's talent wasn't limited to live-action roles. She lent her voice to various animated projects, including the adorable Scarlet in the Fox Christmas special Annabelle's Wish. She even played Steve's grandmother in the beloved children's show Blue's Clues, proving her ability to connect with audiences of all ages. Her diverse range of roles also included appearances in popular shows like Spider-Man, the animated series, and Starship Troopers. She even voiced a character in the animated sitcom King of the Hill. In 2009, Rue made a memorable guest appearance on Law & Order, playing a woman who had a past affair with President John F. Kennedy. Rue McClanahan's star continued to shine brightly on Broadway after her success on television. In 2001, she joined an all-female cast for a production of The Women, sharing the stage with talented actresses like Cynthia Nixon and Jennifer Coolidge. It was a powerful performance that showcased the strength and resilience of women. Rue also stepped into the role of Hannah Warren in Neil Simon's comedy California Suite. This was a temporary gig, replacing Tammy Grimes, but it allowed Rue to showcase her comedic chops in a different setting. In 2003, Rue partnered with Mark Hamill, known for his iconic role as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, in the romantic comedy 6 Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks. They performed together at the Coconut Grove Playhouse in Miami, creating a charming and entertaining duo. However, Rue decided not to continue with the production for its Broadway run, leaving the role to Polly Bergen. That same year, Rue appeared in the feel-good musical comedy The Fighting Temptations, sharing the screen with talented performers like Cuba Gooding Jr., Beyonce Knowles, Mike Epps, and Steve Harvey. Her vibrant personality and infectious energy made her a perfect fit for the film's uplifting message. Rue's love for the stage brought her back to Broadway in 2005, this time in the hit musical Wicked. She replaced Carol Shelley as Madame Morrible, a powerful and manipulative headmistress. Rue's commanding presence and comedic timing made her a memorable addition to the cast, earning her praise from both critics and audiences. In June 2008, the Golden Girls received a special honor at the TV Land Awards, where Rue, along with B. Arthur and Betty White, accepted the Pop Culture Award. It was a heartwarming reunion for the beloved cast members and a testament to the show's enduring legacy. Rue's final acting role was in the cable series Sordid Lives, where she played Peggy Ingram. It was a fitting farewell for an actress who had dedicated her life to entertaining and captivating audiences. Failed marriages. After the first divorce, she married to Norman Hartwig, an actor she met through the theater world. They connected over their shared passion for acting, but their marriage was short-lived due to Rue's relentless pursuit of her career and the lingering pain from her previous divorce. In 1964, Rue married Peter DeMaio, a director and playwright. This marriage offered stability and professional collaboration as they worked together on various projects. However, as Rue's career took off, the demands of her success strained their relationship, leading to their divorce in 1971. Rue's fourth husband was Gus Fisher, a hotel manager. Their marriage seemed promising as Gus offered a break from the hectic world of show business. However, in 1984, Rue impulsively married Tom Keel, a businessman. Unfortunately, this marriage proved to be the most tumultuous and short-lived of all. Their personalities clashed, and the pressures of Rue's career on the Golden Girls added further strain. They divorced just a year later. Rue's final marriage was to Mara Wilson, an actor and writer. They married in 1997, and this relationship brought her the most happiness and stability. Mara supported Rue's career, and they shared a deep bond. However, health challenges, including a minor stroke in 2009, put a strain on their relationship. They separated shortly before Rue's passing in 2010. In 2007, Rue released her autobiography, My First Five Husbands and the Ones Who Got Away. It was a candid and humorous look at her personal life, her relationships, and her journey to stardom. The book became a bestseller, giving fans a glimpse into the real Rue McClanahan behind the glamorous facade. Health struggles. Behind Rue McClanahan's infectious laughter and bright personality, a darker struggle was hidden. Despite her success and seemingly carefree demeanor, she battled crippling anxiety and debilitating panic attacks. These attacks, which started when she was just 8 years old after her father left for World War II, became a constant companion throughout her life. Rue's fear of abandonment stemmed not only from her father's absence, but also from her first husband leaving her after their son's birth. These traumatic experiences likely triggered and exacerbated her anxiety. The panic attacks, which would often begin at dusk and continue throughout the night, were a constant source of distress for her. In an attempt to cope with her anxiety, Rue turned to her love for animals. She had a menagerie of pets, including numerous dogs and cats. Her connection with animals provided a sense of comfort and solace, and research has shown that pet ownership can indeed have a calming effect and lower blood pressure. Despite these natural remedies, Rue's condition was severe enough to warrant medication. She was prescribed lorazepam, a powerful drug used to treat anxiety and panic disorders. This suggests that her anxiety was a significant challenge in her life, one that required medical intervention to manage. But Rue's struggles didn't end there. She also suffered from chronic pain in her side, a persistent ache that plagued her for much of her adult life. The exact cause of this pain remains unclear, but it adds another layer to the complexities of her health issues. In 1982, while filming the show Mama's Family, Rue McClanahan started having terrible pain in her side. It got so bad that she had to go to the hospital. Doctors figured out that her gallbladder was causing the trouble. The gallbladder is a small organ that helps with digestion, but sometimes little stones can form inside it and cause a lot of pain. Rue had to have surgery to remove her gallbladder, which went well. Her son Mark was there to support her, and he was so worried about his mom. But after the surgery, Rue's health took a scary turn. She woke up and couldn't breathe. It was really frightening for her and her family, and they thought they might lose her. It turns out Rue had a very rare condition called acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, which is super dangerous and can even be deadly. This condition causes the lungs to get inflamed and fill with fluid, making it hard to breathe. In Rue's case, the stress of the surgery might have triggered it. Rue was in bad shape for a few days and had to be heavily sedated. She spent 3 weeks in the hospital, and her family was very worried about her, but Rue was a fighter and she eventually made a full recovery. In 1985, Rue's life took an unexpected turn when she discovered a lump under her arm during a massage. It turned out to be breast cancer, a scary diagnosis with a high risk of death. Rue and her boyfriend at the time, Morrow Wilson, were devastated. They were just starting a new chapter in their lives, and now they were facing this major health scare. Rue's doctor told her that her breast cancer might be linked to a medication she was taking called Vagifem. This medication is often used by women going through menopause, and it can increase the risk of breast cancer. But that wasn't the only hormone replacement therapy Rue was using. It seems like she was taking another type of estrogen too, which could have further increased her risk. It's sad to think that Rue's health might have been negatively affected by the medications she was taking. It shows how important it is to be aware of the potential risks of any medication, even if it seems helpful at first. Despite the cancer diagnosis, Rue was determined to fight back. She underwent surgery and treatment, and thankfully she was able to overcome this health challenge. But it was a difficult and scary time for her. In November 2009, Rue McClanahan was all set to be honored by the gay community in San Francisco. But instead of attending the event, she ended up in the hospital. Turns out, she needed heart surgery to fix some clogged arteries. This type of surgery is common, but it's still a big deal, especially for someone Rue's age. After the surgery, Rue's friends were worried. She looked frail and had lost some of her usual spark. It was a scary time for everyone who cared about her. It's worth noting that Rue had always been a healthy person, eating right and exercising regularly. So it's likely that her heart problems were simply due to getting older. As we age, our blood vessels can become less flexible, which makes it harder for blood to flow properly. But just when things seemed to be getting better, Rue suffered another setback. She had a stroke, which left one side of her body paralyzed. Even called her the Platinum Girl, a fitting tribute to a woman with a heart of gold.